Nah, fuck that, man. I'm sure they have strip clubs in fucking
Oh, they
Canada.
do. They have like a good deal on buffalo wings there.
Yo, I went to the fucking stripper place, bro. Then buffalo wings, you get like 50 for $10.
Word for word. There's this titty bar in Canada where you can get a good size amount of wings for about $5
And a handful of titties.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the MisclickMedia podcast. We are tuning in this Wednesday, June the 17th, and we've got our mixers working again.
Yeah, this time we won't have to be like fucking.
Yeah, my hat's really crooked. I only noticed after looking on the screen.
How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the stream. It's been a little while, but here we are. We're live, and apparently one of our co-hosts is alive too.
Yeah, we learned literally the day after our last podcast, which was last Wednesday, that Liz, one of the familiar faces on MisclickMedia, had tested positive.
Yo!
Oh, hey, thanks, Magic Kitty Pixie, for the subscription.
Thank you so much. So much love from the other side of the world. It's not the other side of the world. That's what's his name? But you're our neighbor.
But yeah, last week we found out that Liz, one of our other members of MisclickMedia, tested positive for COVID, and she was in quarantine status, like hardcore, because I was like, hey, you gotta stay home completely.
Yeah.
But this morning, she went and got tested again, and now she's negative, so she survived. She's no longer positive for the COVID, which is good.
We hope.
We would have lost a good one.
We would have lost a good one. Yeah, I had already let our co-host know that should they live through this this pandemic, they would get a shirt that says I survived COVID-19 and all I got was this lousy t-shirt.
Yeah. So now we got to make that shirt happen.
Yeah, so now we got to make it happen.
Yeah. No more fancy. Yeah, we would have lost our
for real
our e-girl.
Yeah. But anyways, I hope you guys are doing well on this Wednesday, June 17th.
How's the audio? Because we did change our microphone settings very drastically to drown out the AC unit that we have in the room now.
Yeah, you guys let us know. Let us know what our performance is like.
Pretty good, they say. Good. Because
Awesome.
if not, it would just be a droning sound constantly.
Yeah.
What we were having before, it was just like white noise constantly in the microphone. So good that we managed to get
Cool.
a lot of that out.
Fantastic. Yeah, we're also a little bit closer to the mics. Also, like, basically making out to them.
Yeah, it's to, again, compensate for the fact that we have such low gain right now.
Yeah, exactly. So, pretty good. But thank you so much, Ricky, for being here. Liz is here. That's our goblin queen there. Jay, Kitty Pixie, Polar Baby. Thank you guys so much for tuning in.
And Kitty Pixie also unlocked. She unlocked an emote. For subbing to us.
That's right.
I didn't even know that we had those.
I didn't know we had those either.
Yeah. But I think thanks for helping everyone else by unlocking that for the channel. So top of the show, what we got for us today? We're talking about.
Well, first things first. Since we started with the update on our co-host, we should probably explain our situation here in Texas, which isn't really looking too hot.
Yeah.
And us young people are to blame, apparently. We're the problem.
According to our governor.
Yeah, our governor says it's because of young people that the cases are spiking.
Yeah, we started off like tapering off. Like the curve was starting to flatten ever so slightly.
Mm-hmm.
And then the governor was like, open up all the bars and clubs and everything at 25% capacity so we could be on the safe side. And
which is, they didn't even give a fuck about. They were just like, there's a sign that says like the max amount, but then they'll be like, you know,
we're not going to count.
Yeah. Like,
and then eventually it was like, all right, now 50%, now 75%. But they like waited like a week between each one.
Right.
And that was it.
Yeah.
And now the numbers have gone way up.
Exponentially.
Galveston, which is a city, more of an island, really.
It's an island.
Off the coast of Houston, I would say. Like it's like right below us, less than 40 minutes away.
Literally the Gulf Coast.
Yeah, they have been hit with really high numbers, and now they're like pretty much on lockdown down there, aren't they?
Yes, they are. There's a lot of things that are closed in Galveston because they know, they're like, oh shit. Plus, it's Galveston. The only way in and out is through a bridge.
Yeah.
So, everyone that's in there is like, yo,
it's like someone farted in a room and then closed the door.
Yeah.
It's got nowhere else to go.
It's like airtight. Everyone's like, but yeah. Oh, yeah. And that's another thing. Apparently, our president cured AIDS.
How did that happen?
I think he had like a press conference, and he said the people working on like the coronavirus like vaccine had the vaccine for AIDS. It's like they developed the AIDS vaccine, and I was like, there's no vaccine.
Yeah,
there's no such thing.
That would have been so helpful to have been had many years ago.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck? You telling me we could have still had Freddie Mercury?
Yeah.
Had
Magic Johnson. Well, no, he's still alive.
Yeah, he's still alive. He's taking medication for it, but he's not fucking cured. He's not cured.
Yeah.
Fucking Eazy-E.
Yeah.
Fucking fuck the police. Whatever.
That's some.
That is a conspiracy.
That's a touchy subject right now.
Yeah, that's not one we really want to dig into. But yeah, so that was interesting. But yeah, so in Texas we have a rise in cases, and the governor is blaming young people for it, even though he's the one who reopened the states with very lenient rules. So that's just how it goes. We kind of saw it coming.
Yeah.
We
not surprised.
We not really surprised, but the only surprise is that he's blaming other people for that shit.
Yeah, that's when he should just get it closed, really, or if anything, just kept it at 25% capacity. Yeah. If we really wanted to open things back up, at least keep it low for a while.
Right, for a good while.
More than just a week before being like, "We're good, move it up some more."
Yeah. So, yeah.
As for how it is in our general area, I mean, it's always been going up. The cases have been rising about, 5 to 10% every week. Which is a lot if you think about it. Like, it's an exponential increase. We currently, I don't remember how many. I can check real quick if you want. Talk to them for a second. While
so
I get
the thing is, Ricky says he'll take the blame if it helps.
Take one for the team.
But yeah, essentially, the reason why Texas opened up was because our economy is pretty good, and we don't want to fuck that up.
Yeah, Texas is known for being like a working class state.
Yeah.
We have the lowest, some of the lowest. I don't know if we have the lowest. We have some of the lowest unemployment rate across the board.
Yeah, but so the main reason for opening shit was literally all just money. But at this point, I just feel like if this keeps going, we're going to shut down. Like, this is gonna be fucking the second ground zero.
Yeah.
New York is handling their shit, but we don't want to be a second New York. That's the biggest thing.
Oh yeah. I found the numbers.
Okay.
So we're up 13.8% since last week. Right now, Harris County, which is the county that we live in,
up 13% from last week.
From last week, yeah. So we're currently sitting at 17,000 cases.
17K in our county.
Yeah, almost 18 because we're at 17,707 right now.
Remember when we were shocked that there was like 5K?
Yeah,
like
or
2K?
like 500.
Yeah, or like 500. We're like, what, 500?
Yeah, and 289 deaths, and that's just in this county.
Right.
And that engulfs it's a huge county, because of course each state is split up into cities, but then there's counties which cover certain parts of multiple cities.
Right.
So Harris County, which extends from a little further up north from where we're at, all the way down to us, and a little bit to the south. It's like 2.5 cities worth of space, about, I don't know, a 30-40 minute drive from top to bottom. Yeah, there's 17,000 people currently infected in this county.
Ricky says, I'm back at work now, but I've switched to weekend nights. Good job. You stream in the week. Yeah, so Wednesdays. Yes, sir.
So he works. We work weekends.
Weekends now.
Oh, okay.
But
so he's now watching us on his breaks.
Yeah. So that's what's been going on, at least on our side. But we're taking all the cautionary measures. So far, I mean, nothing's really gotten out of hand, so we can still do this. Should it worsen though, we will still fall back on our original plan of virtual.
Remote, yeah.
So so we're taking care of ourselves. My fiance is also doing okay. So yeah, our health basically is in good shape right now.
Yeah, we're taking priority on that. We were actually, it's funny because the last podcast that we had, I was thinking like, man, it's been a while since we had Liz on the podcast, and it's not like she's doing much these days. Maybe we can invite her on here.
Yeah.
And then the day after I had that thought, she was like, I got tested positive, boys. Yeah. And I'm like, ooh.
Yeah. I was
Yikes.
like, ooh, this is exactly why we were a 2-man team.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
We were about to open the open the border a little too soon on that one.
Yeah. Oh god. Yeah. So yeah. But everybody wish Liz,
a happy
recovery.
You survived.
Yeah, you survived. Give her a round of applause. Be like, hey, you made it.
Wish we had a soundboard.
Yeah. Bam, 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 bam. Like we hold up a sign that says clap or
applause. A little flashing red light.
Yeah.
I was actually thinking you might have had a false positive as well, because that does happen when so many people are coming in contact with each of those test samples.
Or what if they used like a swab that they used on someone else?
That'd be terrible, because then now she'd be sick.
Yeah, right.
One of two things happen: either it was a false positive or this was a false negative. Let's hope for the first one.
Yeah. Shit. And if you really feel bad about it, best 2 out of 3, fam. You took one, came out positive. You took another one, came out negative. Shit, that third one's the deciding factor right there. They're free, right?
The best 2 out of 3, right?
The tests are free.
No, if you have medical insurance,
yeah,
then yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm sure she gets it from her job, right?
Maybe.
I don't know. Just be like, hey, yo, before I go in. Oh man, imagine. Yeah, see. Okay. Tests are free. Yeah, fuck it. Get a third one. Just
it depends on where. Yeah, it does depend
sure.
on where. She went to Walgreens. I'm pretty sure Walgreens doesn't either free or cheap.
Yeah.
But other than that, if you were to go somewhere else, like to a testing facility that wasn't like giving a special offer, I think they're just like under $200 for a test.
Shit, no wonder it came out false positive. Like, what the fuck?
It was Walgreens. That's why.
Yeah, you got that cheap shit. No,
that flu shot that's just nothing but sugar water.
It's a placebo.
It's just saline in a syringe.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So the Goblin Queen. Yeah, if you had that stimulus though, you'd be able to pay it. So apparently Canada's getting what, $2,000?
Canada's getting $2,000, supposedly $2,000 a month for the next 4 months, is what is the proposed bill at the moment. So I do not know if they've passed this. I do not know.
Our fellow Canadians, would you please let us know? Will you guys be getting $2,000 for 4 months? And so, Goblin Queen says time to move.
Yeah.
But we were discussing the math of it.
Yeah, because a lot of people have been sensationalizing it and like, wow, Canada gets $2,000 a month.
Right,
for unemployment, because it's for unemployment. It's not just a stimulus check for everyone in Canada. From what I've been reading, it is for unemployment relief, and so that does not mean that every single citizen gets $2,000 like how we did in the U.S. Everyone got $1,200. Funny enough, Canada and the U.S. use the same dollars symbol, but the exchange rate is different. So $2,000 American from Canada would be about $1,400. Right. So it's $200 more than what was our $1,200 stimulus. And on top of that, we get a $600 a week bonus to unemployment.
Right, $600.
Right. So if you did the math, we actually in America for unemployment, if you include the stimulus check, have been giving for across 4 months, have given roughly $9,400 to $9,600. When Canada would be only giving out technically about $5,400. So we were making almost double what Canada would get for unemployment, which is what their proposed package is for. So yes, Canada's getting $2,000 a month, but that still is only for unemployment, and it is less than what we are getting in America for unemployment. So there's that.
Yeah. The only thing is we need another stimulus check, man. Fuck. Also, everyone's asking about Canadian money, and everyone's asking me to sniff it, see if it smells like maple syrup. But it's been in my wallet.
At some point, it probably smelled like syrup.
At some point, yes, but it's been on my in my wallet. My wallet's been in my ass. Not in my ass, but like, you know, like
you keep it in your prison pocket.
Yeah, exactly. But nah, it's. I mean, I'm sure it don't smell like ass. Nah, but it just doesn't smell like. Also, their money feels so fucking fake because it's waterproof.
Yeah, you gave it to me earlier. It feels like it's made out of like thin, like candy wrapper plastic.
Yeah, and it's fucking see-through, and I'm like, I don't trust that.
I feel like it's also if you, in a case of emergency, you can use it as like a non-stick surface.
Yeah.
Like you can bake cookies on that, and they would come out tasting like maple syrup.
Yeah. Oh shit. Yeah.
It's vinyl. Wow. Okay. So like our couch.
Okay, that's interesting. It's also got the Queen on it, so I don't know how. Well, being both honorary Canadians and honorary Brits, I mean, I guess represent, right?
Yeah.
But this shit ain't. This shit is worth $14, but it's a 20.
Yeah.
That
Exchange rates.
yeah, it fucks me up, man.
Oh,
It says don't put it in the dryer.
I thought this had something. Oh, that's true. It can't go through the dryer because it's vinyl. That's the Magic Saki Jay was dogging on our U.S. currency, saying it feels like paper. It feels cheap. It looks like it's easy to replicate. You can run any of our currency through multiple washes and dries, and it'll come out looking exactly the same.
Yeah.
Unless you do it like 40 times, you're not going to get any difference. It's because it's made out of like mostly like cotton and linen. So yeah, we have that. We have durable currency.
Durable.
It can survive everything from the washing machine to strippers
to strippers' ass cracks.
to being used as a Coke funnel
to stripper sweat.
to stripper sweat. Yeah. It's graded for several levels.
There's like a fucking grading system on currency.
Oh man, what level of abuse they can handle?
Yeah, they also have like dollar coins. I mean, we have those too, but like theirs is like
Looney and a Toonie.
yeah, named after cartoons and shit.
American money feels like it's been in unmentionable places. Probably because it has.
Nah, fuck that, man. I'm sure they have strip clubs in fucking Canada.
Oh, they do. They have really, according to some people that I know have gone to Canada, because I've never been, they have, especially close to the border of New York and Canada, they have really affordable strip clubs.
Affordable.
I'll say, yeah. According to someone that I know, they have like a good deal on buffalo wings there.
Yo, I went to the fucking stripper place, bro. Them buffalo wings, you get like 50 for $10.
Word for word, there's this titty bar in Canada where you can get a good size amount of wings for about $5
and a handful of titty.
Cold beer on tap.
And a handful of titty.
And a handful of titty.
Oh man, nickels and dimes and quarters. Looney and Toonie is $1 and $2.
No more pennies. They used to have pennies. We at some point were supposed to phase out pennies,
We were.
and then we just decided to make new ones.
Yeah.
I don't know why. They were supposed to go out of circulation, and then people keep using them, and they're like, "Well, we can't control the entire population of the U.S. from trying to spend these.
Yeah.
There'll be a riot if people were starting to refuse them."
Well, eventually we'll switch over to the microchips that have like virtual currency. And
Oh,
then
yeah.
just boop. Yeah. So
Scan.
money's gonna be. I'm pretty sure Elon Musk is gonna do that.
Get like a microchip embedded in your wrist as like a wallet.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember seeing this like news thing where people are doing that already. That you could like,
Yeah.
pay for shit using.
I'm
your
just
wrist.
imagining getting into an accident and be like, "No, my wallet." You're gonna get mugged.
Yo,
and someone's gonna like.
nah, fuck that. They'll take the whole hand. Hell yeah, fuck that.
You're waiting for a taxi and someone just out their window just. Oh man, that is terrible.
Yeah, it's a terrifying future.
There are conventions in the U.S. and in Europe that are like body hacking conventions.
Body hacking.
Biohacking is what they're called.
Well, first off, would you do it?
Not something like that. That's too fragile, in my opinion.
Well,
Like if there was no way for it to break, then sure. But if there's a chance that there's a complication, like if I were to accidentally like high five someone the wrong way, they miss and it shatters my wrist, and all of a sudden now I've got lead poisoning because the battery inside of it is bleeding into my system.
All I was thinking was like, imagine high fiving someone and then out of nowhere, you end up transferring $500. You're like, damn, that was one expensive ass high five.
Also, yeah, there's biohacking conventions where what they do is their whole purpose is just really advanced biomedical engineering for the sake of just being like outlandish and cool,
Right.
to some degree. Like they have conventions where people have like will showcase this product that they've invented, where it integrates machine with human flesh and it does specific things. For example, the one that I thought was pretty neat is
I shouldn't have coughed. Now everyone's gonna think I have coughed, like COVID.
there was one demonstration where a man had installed really small magnets into his skin.
Can he just like?
Well, the thing is, it gave him a new sense. It gave him a sixth sense for current. So not only could he like tell if something was like magnetic by touching it, like, oh yeah, it's like that's iron,
Right.
but also he could hover his hand over a wall and tell where there's live wires or not. And so he was saying that it was a good product for people who are working in the electrical industry as a second or as a sixth sense to be able to tell whether or not they're going to be being around live wires.
It's very Bioshocky.
Yeah, and so like he was just basically like holding his hand over different electronics and stuff like that, and it was supposed to eventually be integrated with being able to use like your smartphone from a distance and all that. Like you'd just be able to like tap your fingers and it would run through certain commands and stuff like that.
You think it would be like the old flip phones where you got to do it like 3 times to get J?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, J, and then
Texting with the number pad.
yeah. Imagine if you get tased.
By your own hand? Like someone who had that?
Yeah.
I don't know you. Imagine slapping someone with that hand taser. Like,
Imagine sexy time.
oh, no. You forget to
Yikes.
switch it off.
Oh God. Ugh. Anyways, no. What if someone else tases you, hits you with a taser, and you had like that wrist microchip on you?
I imagine it would just fry it.
Yeah. Yeah. I wouldn't. Nah, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't put anything in my body, either organic or mechanical. Nothing goes in me.
Yeah.
Only comes out.
Oh, well, also, the magnets are a very specific type of like neodymium magnet. They're not like super high powered, will mess with electronics. They just absorb the like they basically vibrate under current. So it's not like they're specifically like hardcore sticking to anything, and that would cause a significant amount of damage. But if it's a very tiny magnet, it doesn't really affect too many electronics nowadays. Back then, yeah, you had any kind of magnet around a TV back then,
Oh yeah.
it would turn purple.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, nowadays magnets don't really affect too many electronics. Some, yes, but there are some magnets that are beneficial for electronics to help with dampening the potential for a power surge. Because I know I had a camera, I still have that camera, that when it came with the USB to plug into your computer and all that,
Right.
it came with a clamp that had magnets in it that you were supposed to put over the USB cable. And it was to prevent the unlikelihood, really, but just in case, the chance of too much power going through all at once and frying some sort of aspect of the camera.
Yeah. The circuitry inside of it.
Yeah. And so you can use a magnet in a way to protect electronics nowadays. So I'm like, huh. And most phones have magnets inside of them too, technically, for the sake of your vibration too. Yeah, your there's a magnet that
That vibrates.
that spins, and that's what causes the vibration in your phone.
Interesting. I don't know, man. Or you could just buy a
Or
magnet.
you just buy a magnet.
Yeah, like I get
It
it.
depends on the type of magnet, really.
It's very futuristic and like very cyberpunky.
Yeah, of course. There's other things too.
But
like,
I don't even like that shit,
like
man.
people putting LCD screens in their arms and stuff like that.
I can't.
That
Look,
all exists.
Here's the thing. The future is an awesome idea of like, oh, what you can do with technology. But I also don't like it because I'm so used to everything. Like back when I used to transport cars, right?
Mm-hmm.
I find out that their dashboard's all electronic.
Yeah.
Everything's all digital.
Yeah.
And I don't like it. I don't like trusting
either.
I don't like trusting a digital speedometer or, fucking an odometer, like whatever.
Granted,
like that.
yeah, they are more accurate than normal just dials.
Mm-hmm.
But what
then
happens
again,
when they go wrong?
Yeah, when they go out. Yeah, like it's no longer mechanical work. It is now technical.
Yeah, now everything has to go through a technician, an electronic technician.
Yeah, they're like being a mechanic, like a mechanical engineer for vehicles specifically might just become a distant thing because now everything is hooked up to a computer. If something is wrong, this happened with the Dodge Chargers that my sister had. Something was wrong with a light and it locked the whole car down. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
You have to specifically take it to the dealership. Mind you, the car doesn't move because the brakes lock. So you have to get the bitch fucking, literally fucking towed. I don't know how.
It depends
Either
on
that
the
or
type
you
of car.
disconnect the battery. But even then, it's a bitch to get in the car because everything's locked.
Yeah, it depends on the type of car. Because there are a lot of cars where, yes, the electronics, when they go out, it puts it in park and you cannot remove it from there for safety reasons. Like a friend of mine had a BMW, and it was an older one too, but it had a safety feature where if it sensed that it got into a collision, it threw itself in park. So that way it wouldn't slide anywhere.
Right.
So in case it got into an accident, like on a hill, it wouldn't roll back or anything like that.
That's like e-brakes in it.
Yeah,
Just
but the thing is,
locked.
try moving it out of the way.
It's gonna be a bitch.
Because you'd have to like slide it.
Right.
And but the thing is, with cars like that, they have an emergency release. Not many people know where they are, because you'd have to be like a mechanic to actually kind of be like, oh yeah, it's probably under here.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a common sense thing to most people, but a lot of those cars have like an emergency release. You gotta like take off a panel, and then there's like either a switch, like a button, or like a lever that you kind of pull up on or something to release it, and then you can move it back into like neutral and push it out of the way or whatever. Mm-hmm. And with the same thing with like a charger, they have that too. You'd have to take off some shit to get to it to be able to.
But the problem is when everything's locked down, how the fuck are you gonna get to it?
Yeah.
They don't put the shit outside.
Yeah. The only way you would be able to do that is if you like busted the window.
Exactly, and go in and do that shit because they told us where the switch was. It was in the fucking trunk.
That's weird.
So how the fuck are we supposed to
like a cable you pull?
Yeah, well, no, it was like a cable.
Uh-huh.
So, but I'm like, okay, I get it. I get that it's there because everything's connected in the back.
Okay.
For whatever reason. The problem is, how do you get to it when it fucking locks down?
Yeah.
Because it's not like.
I mean, you can't just open the trunk with keys.
And well, the thing is, the keys are in the car.
Oh.
So when the car locks down, especially because
that's a human error.
You get one fucking chance though. You have one chance to do that shit. No, we didn't know about it. She's like, oh, the car shut off. You open it from the inside. You close it, it just goes. Whoop. I'm like, it gives you one fucking shot.
Yeah. At that point, you would have to have like a spare set of keys somewhere.
Yeah. That would make sense, but the dealership only gives you one.
Yeah.
So
was it like pre-owned?
No.
Oh, because if it's brand new, they usually give you one key and then a valet key.
Yeah, like a spare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Weird.
No, they didn't give her one.
Oh, you have to pay for the second one.
What?
That's it. Usually, if it's pre-owned, sometimes the previous owner has one, and they're just like, oh yeah, you have 2 keys. And if you get it brand new, you typically have to pay like an extra like $80 for a valet key, which is an extra spare key. But yeah, no, they get worse. That's a headache right on its own. But the further into the more modern cars you get, that's when it gets more of a headache. Because I used to be a mechanic, I've been in cars like Jaguars that super nice, 2016, 2018, not the newest ones, but still pretty new. You get inside that thing, and normally when you're in a car and you're like shifting it into drive or whatever, it's a stick. Either it's in the center console or it's on the one of the stalks on the side of the steering wheel. This one, however, and that's nothing that new. It's impressive still to me though. Is a dial.
The dial. Yeah.
And with a lot of cars, the dial is there, and it's like, oh, you just turn it to drive, neutral, and all that, whatever you need it to be in. But with this one, they were extra fancy because it recedes into the center console to be flush with everything, so it's seamless looking whenever it's off.
Yeah.
And when it turns on, it rises, and then you can actually put it in drive and all that.
That already sounds like a fucking
They brought
nightmare.
the car to us because it wouldn't start.
Yeah.
The battery was dead,
So how the fuck are you gonna?
And now we can't move it. Yeah.
Yikes.
They dropped it off, and they were like, "We'll see it in like a couple of days, I guess." And then we had to figure out some way to like get it life support to be able to turn it on.
Clear.
And it wouldn't turn on. That was the problem. Was it had problems starting. So you couldn't like you'd have the battery charged like on a charger or whatever. You turn the key, doesn't even want to go anywhere. It doesn't want to be an auxiliary power to nothing. No power at all.
What type of car was
It
this?
was a Jaguar.
Jaguar.
Yeah. And it took us a while to figure out exactly what the hell was wrong with it because we had to backwards diagnose everything from the.
Was it black?
Yeah, it was black. It was black Jaguar.
Most Jaguars are fucking black.
Yeah, but we had to reverse diagnose everything from where you stick the key in.
Oh,
It's like, all right, so now we got to check the fuse that acknowledges that it's a key, and then check the fuse that acknowledges when you turn it. Like, everything. I had to go backwards, and then finally we found exactly what was wrong with it. It was like some small component was burnt out, and we had to replace that. And then we could move the car, and then we could find out exactly what else was wrong with it. It was just a pain in the ass. Technology sucks.
You want to know what car would be a fucking nightmare?
A Tesla?
Yes, that. But like,
have to have a rocket science engineering degree for that.
You ever heard of the Audi e-tron? The fucking side view mirrors are cameras. Everything is a camera. There's so many cameras in that fucking car. I'm just like,
oh, sorry, Ricky. Jaguar,
a Jaguar,
not a Jaguar. Sorry, we in the States we say Jaguar.
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 Jaguar. Jaguar.
Jaguar.
Jaguar.
Jaguar. Man.
Jaguar.
Nah, I don't. Jaguar.
Jaguar. We say Jaguar.
Yeah, Jaguar.
Yeah, but the UK it's a Jaguar.
Jaguar. If you're from the north of the UK like me, you'd say Jaguar. I don't know, man.
The only reason why I know it's like an American thing to say Jaguar is because we have an Atari Jaguar. And I've heard the commercials for that before a lot in the past.
Yeah. Isn't that the failed system?
Oh yeah. No, that came out around the same time the Super Nintendo came out.
No.
And they thought it would trump that. And it didn't.
And it died.
Because they were going off the bits. They were like, some other game systems give you 64 bits. We have 182 bits, and it's like still looks like shit.
Yeah, it looks terrible.
You look at a Super Nintendo, you got like not Sonic. You had like a Mega Man X on there. You're like, oh hell yeah, side scroller looks badass. And then you see Atari Jaguar games, and it still looks like shitty Atari games.
Yeah, well, it actually looks like, because the Super Nintendo was like a step up, but it looked like the Nintendo, like.
It looked like
Star Fox.
Yeah, I was say it looked like N64 graphics if you crushed the bits even more.
Yeah.
Because it was very much like all of their games were 3D for some reason. But it was like very blocky 3D.
Speaking of the Nintendo 64, we just got some fucking news this morning. To all you fucking nerds like me who paid attention today, there was a Pokemon announcement. They are making not a sequel, I guess it's a sequel to Pokemon Snap. Hell yeah, dude. I'm taking pictures of all my fucking Pokemons. Pokemon Snap is getting a fucking sequel after 21 years. The game was released in 1989.
The popular rail shooter from Nintendo comes back.
Yeah, that's what it was. It was a rail shooter. Which is actually, I don't know, man. As a kid, rail shooters were the shit. You would go to any like arcade.
Yeah, because they could actually like make them look really good without worrying about bugs like, oh, you got into an area you weren't supposed to be in, or
right, because it's all linear.
Yeah. They control where you go, so they can make it look as good as they want.
Yeah, but like with Pokemon Snap, dude. Ugh. Vincent, my question is, why would they not just make it for the mobile? Wait, I'm assuming you don't have a Switch.
He does not. We've been over this, but
a mobile version is just Pokemon Go.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, yeah, Pokemon Go would be that, but like Pokemon Snap was my shit because as a rail shooter, I was just like, cool, snap pictures of this and that, but then like, you know, it's fucking Pokemon, man. The world of Pokemans. Wouldn't you want to fucking take a picture of a fucking Charmander?
In real life?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or would you rather fight one?
Oh no, I'd lose.
Yeah, we'd all lose. I'd just be like,
well, no, no. If you got the sneak on one, you could definitely knock it out.
With like the butt of an AK just.
Well, I was thinking like you sneak up on it and then you just like kick the shit out of it like you're punching a football like in the back of the head.
You'd kill it. What the fuck?
No, you just knock it out. Either that or you make it go brain dead.
It faints. Oh shit!
You get a quick check and then.
Fuck! I don't even know if it would say that. It'd just be like. Yeah. Oh shit! Do you think they'll have a beauty mode? What? I'm almost afraid to ask.
What is beauty mode?
Okay, well then he asked. So, please enlighten us, Ricky, on what a beauty mode is. I'm scared.
True. If it was on mobile, there would be a lot of microtransactions. But also, knowing any game, there's going to be. Well, no, Nintendo isn't known for microtransactions, really.
I don't know, man. They just came out with a DLC for Pokemon.
That's DLC, though.
That's the first time they've ever done DLC.
I know, but that's DLC. That's not a microtransaction. That's not like, hey, you want more Pokeballs? Here's, give us $5. It's not like that.
Well, Pokemon Go does that.
That's what I'm saying. It's not because it's not a mobile game.
Then again, it's mostly like a different company that does it.
Yeah. Do you know about Pokemon Smile?
That's what I wanted to talk to you about. Pokemon Smile is an app.
Okay.
That makes you brush your teeth.
What?
Yeah. Which is funny because I think they also came out with like another app. It was like called Pokemon Sleep. It was like Pokemon Sleep, Pokemon Smile,
Pokemon Get Dressed in the morning, Pokemon Go to Work,
yeah.
Pokemon Pay Your Rent.
Oh man.
Pokemon Pick Up the Kids from School. Oh shit.
Yeah, it's like fuck. Yeah, that'd be funny if it's like linked. Like a kid has a phone, has like Pokemon Go Pick Up Your Kids, and it's like it distracts them by having them play like a Pokemon game. Meanwhile, like the parent, it's like a fucking angry ass Pikachu. You're like, pick up your kid, pick up your kid. Oh man, but yeah, yeah, Pokemon Smile. You brush your teeth, and apparently you get Pokemon for it. But like, it reads your face. You have to put the camera while you're like.
It watches you and you're like, all right, keep going. Keep almost there, keep going.
It rates your smile and they're like, I don't know, Chief. That looks like
this is looking like
that looks like
a Quagsire today.
This looks like a Grimer. Oh shit. Pokemon do your taxes. Yeah, I don't know what it is, man, but I guess Pokemon's just trying to
Pokemon Go and
go to the polls. Oh my god.
Hillary Clinton let her find us.
Holy shit. I'm done. Jokes aren't landing tonight. Pokemon Snap was good on 64. I'm sure it will be great on the Switch. Well, we asked what a beauty mode was. What is that?
What was beauty mode?
Yeah, you never answered what the beauty mode was. I'm legit curious. I want to know. What is beauty mode? Is it like when you take a selfie and it's like, let's touch you up, and it completely gives you a different face? Oh shit. Your phone will have a beauty mode.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what that is. It's like a touch-up mode.
Oh, but for Pokemon Snap?
Yeah, I guess so.
Make that Wobbuffet just look a little bit spicier.
It gives it like a fucking weave and
the long, like, you can't do anything with them nails. Yeah. You have to tap your phone screen like your palm almost.
Yeah. That Wobbuffet looks like it eats Cheetos in the morning.
For breakfast.
That's disgusting.
And then they gotta play Pokemon Smile to get it all out.
Ugh. But yeah, I don't know, man. I like Pokemon. I'm not like... I'm knowledgeable in it, but I'm not a fucking expert.
I don't like when certain types of games bleed into reality too much.
What do you mean?
Like when you mentioned like Pokemon Smile and all that to get kids to brush their teeth and all that. I'm like, okay, that's excessive. Just tell your kids to fucking brush their teeth.
Right.
You don't need to make a game out of it to entice them. Like, hey, little Jimmy, I know you won't practice good hygiene on your own, so here, play this game.
So
to make
here's
it better.
a Pikachu to tell you
to do it because you're obviously not listening to your parent.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I guess I'm pretty sure it's gonna be upsetting if like the app has like fucking stupid shit that like oh. If you want different Pokemon, you're gonna have to buy them.
All the munters on Facebook use it. They think it's subtle. It really isn't.
I'm confused. What's a munter?
I'm pretty sure it's a derogative term for someone who uses booty modes.
Yeah. Okay. Like those ladies.
Would it be like our equivalent, like a thought?
Maybe.
Maybe.
It's like those ladies that Photoshop their ass and you could clearly
See the
door.
curve in the back. Like they warped all of existence around there. Yeah.
I was like,
Those
wow.
are great.
I was like, she looks like she's got scoliosis. Where's the rest of her back?
I know. I've seen a couple of people. Like, I mean, yeah, everyone looks. I feel like everyone has some charm about them. But then there's some people who are always posting photos of themselves or selfies of themselves, saying like, "Oh, really feeling myself today" and stuff like that. And you can tell that's heavily filtered.
Like filtered. Well, let's ask chat. What about us is charming? Like visually. What about us is visually charming?
Are you asking them to rate us?
Yeah, because my fiance's here. I know what she's gonna say. She's like everything.
Look at you, you're so handsome. You're my handsome boy. Top to bottom, perfect, 100%.
Yes. But I don't know, like let me give you one. All right?
Okay.
You've got a fucking fantastic jaw.
Thank you.
I like it. I'm like, bro, that jaw can take some hits.
I can take a sucker punch.
Like, you got a strong ass jaw, bro. Like, yeah. You get sucker punched, it won't even phase you. You just be like, the fuck was that?
I would disagree with you slightly just because I've seen people who have like square, like Clark Kent jaws, and I'm just like, wow, man. They're like, I don't know. Your personalities. Look at the wholesomeness.
Milton has cheeks. Wait, what kind of cheeks?
My face.
You smiled purposely, just be like
these. I don't think I've ever shook it in front of the camera, so how would they know?
Oh man, yeah.
You got a pretty mouth.
Hell yeah.
I do have cheeks.
What does Dan mean? April 22nd is not recent.
Oh my God, Danny. Okay.
What does that mean?
On Facebook, I got alerted to a post that I was tagged in by Daniel.
Okay.
And when I looked at it, I was like, oh, funny. And I commented like, oh, relevant, like something. I commented something about it. And he's like, why are you just now commenting on this? And I was like, what are you talking about? He's like, this is from April 22nd. I'm like, oh, I was just recently notified about it. And he's like, this is from April 22nd. April 22nd is not recent. I'm like, I know that was a long time ago. I don't know why Facebook just now decided they want to notify me about it, but they did. And then he kept going with that and posted on like several of my posts.
Yeah, I saw. I was like, dude, he's even posting it on Discord.
Yeah, I'm just like, it wasn't my fault. I'm not saying it was recent. Facebook is saying it was recent.
That's funny. So yeah, so they say your cheeks, I say your jaw.
My face mostly is what we're getting.
Yeah, you got a handsome face. You a pretty boy.
Today's the make me feel good day.
I mean, yeah. Hell yeah. Look, everybody, type M in chat for our boy here. Yeah, for that boy.
I went to.
And Dan likes your eyes.
Aw. Ricky says I wouldn't go that far. I went to Kroger the other day, which is a grocery store here, and I went to go pick up our secretary from work. And when I went there, one of her coworkers, it was like a new guy. He's like 19 years old, I think. It was there, and I was talking to him for a little bit. And then the next day, she came back and she was telling me like, "Oh yeah, that guy. Apparently, you intimidated the fuck out of him." I'm like, "Why?" And she said something about how I walked in. I looked like I would kick his ass for some reason. I was like, "What the heck did I do?" And she's like, "Nothing. He just says that you looked very like muscular." I'm like, "I don't work out. Like, I don't think I look muscular at all." But apparently, the way I was carrying myself, he said I looked like I had the Dorito shaped figure. I was like, okay. "Oh, okay, that makes sense." Yeah. I was probably because I was wearing a black V-neck. That's what it was. Tapers all down. It makes you look slim when you wear black.
Jay says intimidating? Milton? How?
Yeah, I know, right? I'm like the least intimidating person out there. I'm like the last person who would want to fight anyone just for the sake of like, we could do this on some other way.
I'm the type of person that'll fight someone with my eyes.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Someone says one thing and I'll turn and be like, stop, no, it's not.
What?
Before you even react.
Yeah, that was funny because there have been instances because I don't do things that like on purpose. So like when we had that experience where I intimidated the shit out of that waiter,
yeah,
I was like, I didn't even mean to do that.
Yeah,
it kind of just happened.
I don't know if anyone else knows that story here.
Dude, I don't know if we spoke about it.
I don't think so.
Like,
long story short, we went to I believe it was like a Chinese or Mongolian restaurant, and the waiter who showed up to give us like a side of rice, like placed it down, and we didn't know that it was part of what we ordered. And Vincent just looks right up at the guy. He's like a real small Asian man. He just looks him right in the eye and goes, "What is this?" Like real like assertive, like unintentionally assertive too. And the guy's like, rice.
Rice?
like he didn't even know what it was for a second.
Yeah, like I scared the shit out of him so bad. He's like, "What did I put in front of him? Like, what was that?"
I better answer this carefully.
Yeah. Yeah, that dude was just like, rice.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I laughed because I was like, "Oh, okay." Like I'm sorry. I didn't know what it was. And he's like, "Okay," and he shuffled away. And then you guys were like, "Dude, what the fuck?" Oh man, it was hot pot. And then I didn't hardcore glare. Did I glare at him?
You just like you looked like right at the pot that he put down, and then looked at him, and you squinted really hard when you said it. You didn't really glare at him, but you gave him like slant eyes when you did it.
Just like, what is this?
But it was the way you said it, you're like, "What is this?"
Damn. Well, shit. I feel like I should apologize to that guy. But like, hey man, look, I'm not here to like.
To go back and it's like, "Hey, I know how much therapy you've been through since that day."
Yeah, he's probably gonna be like, "What did I do wrong?" But yeah, man. Shit, I tell Milton all the time. It's like, "Yo, I'll be the first one to jump in if he like starts throwing hands." They're like, "Shit, bro, count me in. I'm raring to go. I'm pent up. Can't just rub that one out. It's gotta come out one way or another." So, but that's all right. I'm not a fighter.
I'm a lover, not a fighter.
Yeah. Until I don't feel like it anymore. But yeah, so that's cool. Yeah, dude. Hell yeah, I'm glad everybody likes him. I don't care what.
Is that what we were talking
I don't care what Julio says.
about? What? What's my buddy saying? No, but well, okay. So we had Pokemon Snap. What was the other thing? There was one more thing that you were excited to talk to me about today.
That's it. Well, I forgot. All I know is that we were going to talk about the DLC. We already spoke about Pokemon Smile.
Yeah, Pokemon Smile.
That it helps
and
kids.
Pokemon Sleep apparently.
Would you do that? Would
What?
you like download Pokemon Smile? I'm on day one. I don't know if it's live. I don't even know when it was announced.
Pokemon Cafe. Is that a thing? Huh.
Oh, so it's live. Pokemon Smile is live.
Wow.
Bro, we should download it. Not right now, but later.
Maybe I'll see what it looks like.
I'm going to
just for the
fucking
sake of curious. Oh, I'll just look it up.
Me and Jay are gonna download it tonight, and we're gonna send you screenshots of what happens, and you better fucking send one back, so we know you brushed your teeth like a good boy. So yeah,
I'll do it tonight, and then I'm uninstalling it because it's no point really. I'm an adult. I can brush my teeth.
If you guys are following us on Twitter, we should make a post and be like, everyone get sponsored by Nintendo by promoting Pokemon Smile.
Or we get a cease and desist for using
either one, either way, it'd be legendary. I would make that shit like viral.
Pokemon Home?
Yeah, so Pokemon Home is literally
It's
just
a security service for
it's like ADT.
Yeah.
Someone breaks into your house, a fucking Charizard shows up, and you're like, wrong house, fool. You heard of castle laws, right?
That's some Dragon's Fire coming at you.
Yeah.
Dragon Breath, I meant to say.
Yeah, no, Pokemon Home isn't really anything like keep up with your hygiene. It's just transferring Pokemon.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But yeah. Yep. But yeah, no, after Pokemon Snap, I wanted to talk about the DLC because the DLC was released today. But, yeah, there's really not much to say. The DLC is fun. If anyone plays Pokemon Sword and Shield, check it out. Send us pictures on Twitter. Let us know what it's all about. Yeah.
I haven't played any of the new ones. Last one I played was Sun and Moon. That was about it. That's also because I don't have a Switch.
I mean,
I don't have.
There's like two people in your household.
Yeah, that have a Switch, but I don't personally own one.
It's all right, I guess. How do you feel? How do you think? Like, I don't know, man. I'm sorry to tell you this, but I kind of hope like a natural disaster happens like this year, like here.
No.
I don't know, man.
We gotta recover from one thing first, at least.
I don't like. We're already getting fucking smacked by everything in 2020. India's fucking fighting China.
Yeah, that's happening right now. There's a border dispute
fucking,
happening.
Yeah, fucking North Korea ended up bombing South Korea.
Hmm.
Fucking just all sorts of shit is going down. But I think a natural disaster would just add a little spice. What's the worst thing that's happened here, aside from a spike in COVID cases, which is happening everywhere?
This year?
Yeah.
Specifically here?
Yeah.
I don't just aside from the issues with police, not much.
That's everywhere.
Yeah.
That's all over the place.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yellowstone.
Yeah. First of all,
that
okay.
would eradicate most life.
Yeah.
In the continental United States.
And affect the rest of the world.
Well,
All the.
Australia would be okay.
Oh yeah, Australia would be fine. On fire, but fine.
Parts of Russia and Japan would be okay too. And
But-
China would be okay too.
Yeah.
For anyone who doesn't know what Yellowstone is a national park in the United States, but it's also home to a
Dormant
super volcano.
It's an active volcano.
An active super
It is
volcano.
an active super volcano.
The last time it went off was over 965 years ago or something like that. I think-
965?
I don't remember if that. No, that might be a different volcano. I know there's multiple volcanoes in the U.S., and one of them went off. But Yellowstone basically has not gone off for a very long time. And it is a super large volcano that exists in a very inopportune place, because if it goes, it's sending a lot of debris up for a very long time and pretty much causing a
Yeah.
volcanic winter.
Yeah, and it's gonna kill fucking everything.
Yeah. And it's due to blow up in the next, 100 years. They don't know when, but they're saying in, the next 100 years it's going to happen.
This is the part where those stupid ass sci-fi movies should come into place, where it's like, we can stop the volcano. We'll just put concrete over it.
Let's get Harrison Ford on there.
Harrison Ford.
Well, it wasn't Harrison Ford. Who was it?
Are we talking
From the
Bruce
movie,
Willis?
No, from the movie Volcano.
Oh, Tommy Lee Jones.
Tommy Lee Jones. Let's get
Yeah.
Tommy Lee Jones on the horn. He knows what to do. He'll go out there and...
Fucking old man from Texas.
I forgot how old he is now. Yeah, he'd just be
Yeah.
shaking like a chihuahua.
Texas should get hit with a blizzard just once. If Texas ends up having a blizzard, I feel like, okay, this is not natural.
Yeah, there'd be a lot of religious people.
The end
Suddenly,
of days.
the churches will be full.
It's a caldera volcano. I don't know what the fuck caldera means, but that's what it is.
I don't know what it means either.
And apparently there's been a lot of seismic activity lately.
Yeah, people were saying they were supposed to blow this year. But there's no really anything supporting that other than the fact that there's a lot of seismic activity.
Imagine if it actually blows this year.
2020 has been a year.
Has been quite
If it
the year.
gets...
You
if
know what?
it
Let me
gets all the
retract my
way-
statement.
of wanting a natural disaster,
Yeah.
because technically a volcano is a natural disaster.
Give me another Ike. Or give me another Harvey. We'll be fine. But Yellowstone, that's pushing it.
Like a bull.
Mm.
Sorry, makes me geek out. Oh, so you're about the volcanoes.
Oh, it's a cauldron volcano.
Cauldron.
Caldera is the lava chamber.
Oh,
I don't know.
it's like a bull.
Did you say Calderon?
cauldron? Because she said cauldron. So I
Isn't
was
that a
like
cauldron? Yeah.
Calderon.
Oh, okay.
I just pronounced it stupid.
Oh, okay. But yeah, no, man. Okay, not Yellowstone. Let's omit that from the terrible things that can happen. Are you saying that the U.S. is going to be uninhabitable in the next 100 years?
It would definitely cover a lot of the crops and volcanic ash, so it would make it pretty much impossible to grow things for a very long time. But yeah,
Crawl out from the fallout.
yeah, that's like one step below nuclear winter is volcanic
That's
winter.
Volcanic, yeah. So that's interesting. So we won't be alive when that happens.
There's plenty of I don't know. I feel like there's enough alternative food sources
To survive.
to survive. A lot of the poor people will die. That's for sure. Because then prices of everything are going to go up. Like bottled water, up. Canned food, up.
So
Because it'll be so limited.
So you're saying all the preppers are pretty much saved.
Yeah. Anyone who has a fallout shelter stocked with like MREs, they'll be fine.
Anyone who's got a fucking shelter, hit us up. MisclickMedia will fucking we'll broadcast from within the bunkers and shit. But yeah, the next generation of, unless it blows in like fucking 5 years, would we have enough time
To know, like, to do anything about it after it pops?
Yeah.
Depends on at the rate at which
Where the fuck is Yellowstone again?
Yellowstone is in, like, it's like central Midwest.
How unfortunate.
Yeah.
Fucking
I don't know exactly where it is. Someone else could look up where Yellowstone is, but I think it's like somewhere near.
Would I be okay if I
Arizona.
live in Hawaii?
Yeah. Maybe. Depends on how the wind moves. Yeah, everything moves like this way for the most part, so it would be going towards the Gulf and like spreading. I don't know. All I know, West Coast area is where Yellowstone is, apparently.
I don't know.
Washington-ish, maybe. I don't
What if?
know. Yeah.
What was that?
You
one?
yelled at me.
Oh, what if
Mm.
we detach California?
I think the planet is taking care of that for us already.
What if
It's
we
taking a
speed
while.
up the process?
Yeah.
Just blow it.
We'll do what they did in that one movie and just set a nuke off in the crust.
Also, it's funny.
The mantle.
I mentioned moving to Hawaii, but that's like a whole fucking volcano like chain.
Yeah. Also, some of the most active volcanoes.
Yeah, the Ring of Fire.
Yeah.
The Ring of Fire. Finding Nemo. Shark bait. Ooh.
Hawaii is on the west coast, but it's closer to like the Philippines.
Where am I gonna send California once it's detached? Send it ramming straight into Japan.
It's going down though. It ended up like hitting Mexico.
Just fucking put some rocket boosters in that bitch. Just
Rocket boosters.
slowly move. Let's give it a little nudge.
It's not how it works, but okay.
I don't know, man. I'm like that one like Patrick meme. It's like, why don't we just take
take
bikini
you-
bottom and push it somewhere else? Yeah, it's like that.
Wyoming, Idaho, and Montana for Yellowstone. Okay. I kind of know where that is. Yeah, that's like right before the west coast.
Idaho
Yeah.
or Idaho?
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah, that's like general Washington area. It's like the states right before the coast.
She's saying, "Oh, it big then." Oh yeah.
It big, yeah.
It's,
Like Canada would be extinct. And yeah, it would definitely take a really big hit.
damn.
The western side of Canada would definitely be covered in soot.
Shit. That's It's kind of.
It would take a while though, but it would, like, to answer your question earlier, it would take probably about 12 hours maybe before it hits us,
Why don't we just make
depending on wind
a
current.
giant vacuum?
Giant vacuum,
Yeah.
like a Dyson,
Yeah.
and do what with it?
Just suck everything up.
What?
The soot.
The soot.
Yeah.
Where's it gonna go?
Should launch it into space, bro.
Okay.
Look, this is an idea I'm willing to propose to fucking Elon Musk. Be like, yo, you really want to make an impact on this planet? Fucking cancel Yellowstone. He'd be a fucking. He'd be a hero.
He's gonna put a cork in it that just says SpaceX on it.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Anyway,
Like, what? Like, okay. If we were being like realistic, what do you think could like if technology had like advanced, like what do you think we could do to prevent like a real bad disaster, or at least limit the nature of it of disaster? What do you think we could do to maybe cut the loss of life?
from that volcano exploding,
Yes.
the best we could probably do, I'd somehow manage to like dampen the quakes from seismic activity. That's about it. That's the only thing you could do, really, because that's what would set it off. Is just the amount of sudden movement.
Right.
If you were to somehow separate the plates and have them glide over each other with little friction, that would be the only way, really. But how are you going to do that?
By going to the core.
Either that or finding some way to siphon out all the magma. Like as it gushes forward, it's like, and then goes somewhere else with it. Make an island. I don't know.
You could. Oh, imagine if we could make man-made islands.
I mean, people already do that.
Using like.
But using magma.
If we can already do that,
we do it with sand.
Who's to say we won't be able to do that shit in like fucking 20 years?
That's too much. That's too much to do. You're telling me you gotta get some sort of piping system that can handle magma, liquid magma, and be able to transport that somewhere?
It could. What if we get alien technology within 20 years?
I don't think it'd be possible. I don't think there's anything that we can do to cost effectively transport magma.
In 20 years from now, if we end up getting alien technology that can like do like amazing shit, I'm gonna come up to you and be like, I was fucking right. I was right.
Nah.